Alrighty then. We are now back.
Indeed, and it looks like we managed to stay in the game.
For now. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That chief, he's something else, eh, pals?
How do you have a job? Detective Gumshoe.
I'm not detective anymore.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. You weren't caring about that like an hour ago.
Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office!
No. My office? I mean, okay. You can do my investigations for me.
Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Oh god.
Can you summon the spirits of the dead to possess you?
Oh my god.
Could he mean... Aya?
Obviously.
Sorry, Detective. She has the acuteness, adorableness factor. You don't have that, I'm sorry. You also can summon the dead spirits of people. Mostly Mia.
Still, looks like we all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How does he always get the upper hand?
It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. I mean, that's a stupid-ass rule, but... As for you, Detective, or, well, former Detective Gumshoe, you don't get to the position of Chief of Police fairly.
Yeah, apparently not. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said? But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks. What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Oh, it's Emma.
Oh, it's Emma. Emma! Are you okay? You kind of fainted when I told you you killed somebody.
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
Oops, so you've heard Chief Gant tell you you've murdered Neil. Got it. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth.
No, it wasn't. You did not kill that man. Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think she did. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved? I mean, you did get rid of a cowboy, so... Positives?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. They figured all this time. My sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me? Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor. Everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easy that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to.
That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Oh my...
You didn't murder him.
You did not. It's not murder, Emma.
Like, her situation...
Not how this shit works.
Her situation is a little bit different than normal. So... Hey, don't go blame yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal!
Go away, Gumshoe, before I cut your salary.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Oh, if I knew there'd be a to be continued, I would have just waited in the last episode.
Yeah, we didn't know. We just keep going. Like,
I don't care. Trial Ladder 2. Brilliant name.
February 25th, 2:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Miss Lana Sky, you're the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You all know that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Because that's always stopped people from lying before, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, totally. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Worked alongside Gant for years. How many years, exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why...
No truth to the blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Scott. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? And any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip.
Doesn't that, jail thing have a camera in it?
Yeah, or stuff that, records what people are saying. Like...
Oh my God. The court system in this game is fucked up.
Yeah. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And... fabricate the evidence.
Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life.
But what she did was justifiable self-defense. We're all just assuming this is just a fact now, I guess.
Apparently.
She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day. All because that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Nah. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? She went to crime scene.
Found the body, arranged it. You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. Oh, that's already a mistake. I think. Like, that would not make sense, I think. What you just said there.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah. That's not possible at all.
It's a blunt weapon. Yeah, that's an impossibility.
Yeah, it's not actually a knife. It's literally a blunt instrument.
It's a blunt object, and we know, if we go from what Emma said, the dude was stabbed in the back.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way the knife was already in there unless somebody rearranged it before she got there.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible.
I am so confused. Are we saying she killed the guy or no?
Oh my god, this is it.
I swear they keep flipping a coin every sentence.
The reality is, it was my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean, Prosecutor Marshall wound up dead being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me. So, when you found a scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes.
Broke off the tip of Doc's knife, planted it inside the wound, and then moved the body.
Uh-huh.
You planted the tip of Doc's...
And then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others.
Yeah, why did you plant a knife?
You know, just be on the safe side, because I know how sometimes these stupid things can, like, stop you. Be stupid.
Yeah, why did you plant a knife? Why did you move the body?
I'm more curious about the body, honestly. She moved it across the fucking room.
Yeah, like, why did you move the body?
Because we have other evidence that points to the fact they were on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Than just a fairy tale that we concocted that Emma murdered Neil. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason for Miss Sky moved the body?
Pieces of the jaw that shattered during the event threatened the plan.
Oh.
The fuck is going on here? Pieces of the jaw. You mean...
Yes, the wretched jaw you showed us earlier. In order to show that Doc committed the crime, I felt that it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course it had been shattered into pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Doc was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have broken during their struggle. I see.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
I may as well push this. So, you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence.
She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction.
Well, we've already found one contradiction. That,
Well, let's hear it.
The thing where she found a blunt weapon inside the Marshall's body. But where would we prove that?
Oh, what evidence do we have related to this?
That's Goodman.
Nah, not the guy I care about.
Don't we have an autopsy report for this one?
We do. I'm just going through looking at everything, kind of. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. But the tip was found in the body, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of checks out.
I think that checks out. Wait. That would mean she impaled the knife again on him. Wouldn't it?
Well, if you're just replacing it with one weapon with another, that's one thing. But the fact that she...
Go back to that. I think we should make a save and use the autopsy report. On how she describes she removed the tip of the weapon.
Broke off the tip. A knife tip was in the wound. It does say that in the autopsy report.
Yeah. Hmm.
The thing that gets me is the murder, when she arrived, he was dead.
Yeah, he was already dead when she arrived.
I feel like this is where I want to do the autopsy report. But I don't know. Because, hold on. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago by myself. I'm going to press this again real quick. Help sister, see your doc. No, I don't think... Wait a second. Is it just me or is there something missing here?
Yes, I think so.
Let me press this again because there was something I was looking for.
And that's the same thing.
Yeah, that's the point. Because when I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. This is what I think I want to do the autopsy report on.
Right.
Or something. Because she said... This is the one where she said the thing was blunt, right?
Okay. Broken
prosecutor.
Yeah,
award
and
meant for
it does
second victim's
it does a ping here.
It doesn't what?
It does a ping. Like, that is obviously a mistake she's making here. That she means the prosecutor award.
So I wanted to do what, the autopsy report there or something?
I think that's something we can try.
I don't know why it makes that disappear though.
But I think that's the idea. Like they wanted to press here and then present something on the next one that shows up. Yeah, I think this is where they want you to do something.
Okay, I'm just gonna make a save here, simply because this is where that stupid thing is, and it's hidden, and I hate that. I guess we'll start with this.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
So not the autopsy report.
Maybe we show this picture. It's not shop, so
yeah. Nope. Okay, I'm having issues what we have to do here. Wait. The jar.
Yeah, it has to be the jaw. It would be on this part then.
Yeah. Nope.
No?
Okay, so the part where she says the jar fragments, then.
Ruin her plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Okay.
Mthis guy, I understand how you feel. Can't believe we lost so many points.
Yep.
You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction? In my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jaw that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
What? Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jaw with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jaw, it must not yet have been broken before he died.
Ah.
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jaw.
That's actually a very good point.
Yeah.
Order! Order!
I'm an idiot.
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical.
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you are as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got all of them. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay.
Interesting to immediately notice that, but sure. So, the jaw was already broken.
It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
Dude! But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have.
Doc in the room and didn't have time. So, you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jaw?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you do that for me?
Quiet, Emma. It seems you two might make up yet.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
Wipe away all the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Doc killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces.
And yet she didn't get them all.
Yes, she didn't.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me.
Hey, so do I! It's called a cell phone.
Even I carry about an emergency luminal wherever I go. That is a little bit different, Emma.
Okay. The camera and the flashlight. That makes perfect sense. Why the hell do you need emergency luminal testing fluid, Emma?
Yeah, like, why do you need that to just walk around with?
Somebody was murdered! Do we have any emergency luminal testing fluid around here?
Yes, I have some. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. No, she didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So, you illegally rearranged the crime scene.
Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. Like, seriously, your sisters, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around.
Like the room. Blah 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 blah. The fragments were large, sorry.
So, do I just present the jaw here?
That's what I feel. Because she didn't get all of it.
Clearly. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gant's safe, which was conveniently opened for me.
In the chief's safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may be well, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that?
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Gant at the time. At the time he was looking for Doc downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No. Wait. I'm not the one on trial here.
You should be.
Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hit one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Doc. Sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason was Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. No! I did it on my own! Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief! I can't watch you suffer anymore, for my sake.
Emma, you're safe. You didn't commit any crime.
Yeah, you didn't do anything, Emma.
Like, seriously, I will defend you pro bono, Emma, if I have to. You did not kill a guy. At least not on purpose. Purely by accident, maybe.
You were also in middle school at the time, in the dark, in that circumstance. Like, you could be excused for so much in that specific circumstance.
Your Honor, Emma was threatened and attacked by a serial killer in the pitch black darkness, and she saw a dude holding a knife towards whoever saved her. She obviously went towards the dude with the knife, which unfortunately happened to be Neil Marshall, and accidentally killed him. And somehow Doc
by tackling him,
I don't know that far.
By tackling him, and there being a suit of armor holding a blade pointed directly forward.
As such, Your Honor, I claim self-defense for my client.
Like, what the fuck are these circumstances?
She did not actually want to kill that man.
Like, what the?
She didn't even know who she was attacking.
Like, the circumstances.
She was trying to help somebody.
Like, I'm just the circumstances. Why would there be a suit of armor holding a pointed, sharp blade outwards?
Because Chief Gant likes that.
Apparently. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone.
Okay, Lana, at this point, she's kind of accepted the fact that she accidentally killed someone. She needs therapy, I'm sure, but you don't have to be like this.
Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
And prosecutors make up the most foul lies to go after the defendant's clients.
Foul
lies? Imagine that, coming from my own client.
I guess you do see the type who likes to twist the truth.
point? Have you not seen the last few cases, Your Honor? How many criminals? How many murderers have I caught?
Sorry, I was too focused on finding my dentures.
God damn it. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana. Maybe right after all.
What do you mean, Wright?
So you tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Quiet, Emma, and no. Probably. I do talk to ghosts, but don't question me. Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
What? Oh, that's Lana. If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Do you? Or do you just remember knocking over somebody? Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Unless I decide to allow it again.
Yes.
But, what are the chances?
Yes, did someone find my dentures?
Have you looked in your mouth, Your Honor?
Oh, that's where they are.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor's sword.
Okay, that's a little bit more accurate.
Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Well, that's interesting.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword?
More specifically, Your Honor, she specifically said Chief Gant helped her.
Yep. You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me? How much do I have?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known.
It was this morning. The evidence law thing, maybe?
Oh my god, perhaps there's a picture on it.
See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Did she hide a picture in the book? Can you rotate
Wrong
it?
button. That's what I'm trying. The controls are shit, though.
Just looks like a law. Oh, wait, there's something. Oh my god, there really is.
Hey, there's a picture here.
Oh my. This is actually the crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! That piece cut from his vest, that could be...
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's suit?
Yeah, because that's a leather jacket, because he's a cowboy.
But we don't know that for sure.
That's true.
What's this?
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprint those are must be the real murderer, which is unfortunately yours.
What? Those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
You know, thinking about it, how long can a fingerprint last?
Actually, surprisingly long.
Because that was 2 years.
The fingerprints can last surprisingly long in the right conditions. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Pale in the suit of armor. Oh no. Come now, Archie!
She literally admitted you helped her, buddy.
This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant? What now, you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back and relax. And enjoy the sound of the noose tying around your own neck. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone?
So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death.
Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now! And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall.
I don't think we have a choice in this case, do we?
I mean, we always have a choice.
But if we don't show it, it's just going to turn out bad, I think. But I don't know.
But if we do show it, it turns out bad.
Yeah.
So tell me, do we have any proof that that piece of evidence relates to this case?
Technically not.
And what is rule number 2 of evidence law? I seem to be forgetting. That is not what I wanted.
Unlisted evidence must be relevant to the case on trial.
The current case on trial is Detective Goodman.
That is true.
And so, I don't know about you, but I don't think a piece of leather with a handprint on it is relevant to Goodman's death.
Probably not, no. So
I'll be honest, I don't think we have anything to show.
No, I don't think so.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie! Chief Gant? You opened my safe! I know you took what was inside! The conclusive evidence!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence! This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department!
Wait a second. Is it just me or is this piece of leather very clean?
Yeah, that is very clean.
Now, is it just me? Or is there a lot of fucking blood?
Yeah, there's a little blood on that thing. Yeah, that's a little blood.
So that's weird.
Yeah, that looks out of place. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doc convicted. Oh, and I'm being called. Pause. Yeah, sorry, I just got called on my phone, because that happens.
Damn phone calls.
Okay. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating the far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go wipe the blood of all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth?
I didn't show any cloth.
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you haven't. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
But we still have the rules of evidence thing.
Hold on. What are they asking me to show? I'm not actually sure if they're asking me to show the book as to why I didn't show it. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence to show who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
I mean, I guess we show this?
I guess?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, they want me to admit this, though I never recall revealing any claw, so I don't know. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh yes! At last you finally brought it out into the open! There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the letter. That must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean... It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that.
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to, it must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted.
Really?
According to Keikaku. The person to whom... Hey.
Sorry.
The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... Officer Meekins! No. Emma Sky.
Emma. Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Because...
You really are something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Martian to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Sky?
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like you really didn't.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
Don't question me. I said this trial isn't over yet.
But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friends, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy! What's the matter? Can't got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant,
Chief?
you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you asked?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold! The piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. This!
Yes. And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood in his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ugh!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No, this is nonsense!
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor sword? Why?
Wow.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on the purpose to leave behind a clue. And then make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. But why would he murder the guy?
Yeah, like...
No!
Guess he's going Super Saiyan. It's finally all over.
That was close, Rhino! You almost had me! Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I'll refute your allegations. What do you mean, you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order, order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence. It cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, RG. Earlier, old Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair!
And you really think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laughs to you and you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. No, it isn't. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's legally correct in this universe.
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Mr. Wright?
It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Oh shit, I'm not winging it.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
No, I did not. I admit, I refused to present it at one point.
Ha ha! So the evidence is illegal!
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean, you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Archie! Don't listen to his lies! He's nothing but a coward! You can't really believe...
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was in violation of the law, then do so now.
Evidence law!
Yeah, like literally evidence law.
Have a look! This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago. No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes! No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you.
No, no.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wants to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. I did not think I'd be voicing him. Fuck. Please, you've got to help me. I don't even feel like doing a proper accent. Couldn't do it before, but...
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
You can be Goodman.
How would he even sound? Seriously, I don't even know how he would sound. I didn't think we'd have to voice a dead guy.
And that's it.
I have no idea, so fuck it. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? I have no fucking clue what that voice is. We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. I have no fucking idea. Didn't know I had to voice someone like that. He's a dead guy.
He opened his evidence locker and he was taking the evidence out, he said.
It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint. On Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Hey, seriously? He makes more than the chief of police? Damn!
Well, he's a prosecutor. Lawyers earn a lot.
Well, leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jaw fragments in the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go at it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Archie? What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator, and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Archie. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melody sounds of a new beginning.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. I mean, she pushed Neil Marshall, so yes, she did. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
What high standards you have. For a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Are you my thanks, Mr. Wright?
Miss Sky?
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
I mean, you both did gang up to figure out the terms.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. Edgeworth was like your bro in this trial. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing.
Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job!
Ah, Edgeworth is a tsundere.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examination is in order for all of us. Mr. Sky?
Yes, Your Honor?
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is still you acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Well, this trial has gone far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty.
Yay!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Man, this has been a long day of just court.
At long last. It's finally over. Until Lana asked me to defend her in the next case. When I try to minimize her sentence. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but she's not a murderer. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
It's as if we just heard that.
You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait! Detective Gumshoe! What is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty!
I thought you weren't a detective anymore! What is going on with your job?
And to top it off, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Am I getting a sense of deja vu here?
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of, you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I would tell if you would.
You two in the back, that are guarding that door. Say nothing.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked.
Really? The entire life?
Wow, she's been really good at keeping it calm then.
Even I've panicked on things before. Holy shit. Hold on.
It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming.
How old is she? So she didn't panic for 27 years! Huh, didn't you notice? Wait, what?
Oh, your dog is actually...
Why is this face talk? We know what he looks like!
All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis... I asked Gan to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You are happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma.
Aww.
Aww.
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future.
When did you become philosophical?
At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe?
Me?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here.
Told you he's a tsundere. Mostly the Soon part, though. Where was he hiding?
In plain sight!
I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
He does.
We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth! Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gan was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go at it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth.
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gan did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
So you're going to become a defense attorney.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gann, your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You went alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Is this a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Nana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. My badge!
Oh. No.
It popped up!
The list?
Evidence list. Half was found in Gann's desk. And Edgeworth had the other half.
Yeah.
Take that!
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth? If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
With murder!
Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Watch out, Chief Prosecutor, you might be dead. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor... Wait, hold on, what? You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in... Oh, okay, now I get the sentence. Like, what the hell? You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
While dealing with other crazy prosecutors, probably.
I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation!
I think ducks! Evidence law has ducks on it, scientific investigation has a duck on it.
Well, I think it's because in Japan you have a lot of cutesy stuff on stuff, you know? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Ah, the butts. Maya, Edgeworth. I saw a ghost. A journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
Yeah, go solve that.
But
I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Damn it. Gumshoe, am I gonna have to defend you in court next? Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a gardener to sneak her out for 30 minutes.
How many donuts did it take?
Emma go there?
How many donuts did it take, Gumshoe?
Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had such a wild side.
Damn it. It's not legal.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright, he is the one who will be footing the bill.
Huh? Huh?
Why do you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You got a salary? Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
I'm going to kill you! By catching so many murderers, I will learn how to commit a crime very quietly and not be caught. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go and pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh my god.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
I object!
Ah, so that's the end of that one.
It is. So, that was fun.
That was actually really good.
I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner.
Coroner.
As for me, coroner, this affair has me pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
I'm not sure that's how that works. I don't know, do we just let the cutscene go? Or do we just end it?
I'd say we'll see how... Surely the credits aren't that long.
I mean, they're credits.
Yikes, I thought I was goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the TS office. If we penalized you anymore, we'd be worse than firing you. Yeah, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
Damn it!
Well, this is just a visual novel. Surely the credits aren't that long. Because it is considered a visual novel, isn't it? Kinda.
Technically, yeah. Oh, no.
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of the Billy! Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard! My partner is keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though! Someday I'm going to make detective! Yes sir, that man can't just be like Dick Gumshoe!
I removed my headphones when I saw him appear. Because I knew exactly what you did.
You know I'd scream whenever the microphone gets on.
You scream whenever you talk as Meekins.
Well, yeah. Ah, yes, the Blue Badger.
Yeah, at least we don't have music.
At least we're going to see all the cast, and I guess the Blue Badger was a pretty big part of the cast. Oh, there goes
Andy
the
died.
I do like these games. These are pretty fun.
Oh,
that's
no.
you.
What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in to me. She's seeing one of the gods, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her fighting. Can you picture Billy and the gang get the water? You went too quick.
I imagine Miss Star's gonna show up at some point too.
Oh god, no. I mean, there she is.
Yeah, there she is.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer's as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Okay. Also, Ben Duke did the localization in English.
How dare it?
Oh, more people did. Brandon Gay? Okay. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's going to be suing something or for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be, Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel! Sorry, I gotta go!
He's so incompetent.
I make him sound too confident with that voice.
You do. RT had the right idea with him being goofy.
But I think it's a nice contrast by having him sound really, impressive, but he actually isn't.
Being incompetent as hell.
Yeah. Oh! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin.
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. So I guess you do get a little bit of sneak peek of her.
Barely sure that's supposed to be a woman's voice.
Yeah, I know, I'm not good at women's
Barely
voices,
sure I know who it is as well.
Oh, that's probably her teacher, I imagine.
Well, we do deal with that in a future case.
Yeah, obviously.
So, they made the set and everything, so.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I bought you your tea. I brought you tea. What's going on? He resigned or something, didn't he?
Resigned and gave a final tip to the bellboy, probably. Thanks for delivering this.
Okay.
Here's your final tip. I don't want any more.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Or just use Zoom.
Ah, okay. They want you to do something here.
Ugh.
Ah, there's a picture. Yeah, there's a picture. Aww. Aww. That's cute. That's really cute.
It is. So do I do anything? Okay, this thing's on its own.
Capcom.
Damn Capcom. Reminds me, I should play Battle Network. Need to get that game at some point.
And I think that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yep. So, see you at the next case.
Indeed.